Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck one, the mouse ran down. Hickory dickory dock, tick tock, tick tock. Hickory dickory dock, the bird looked at the clock. The clock struck two, away she flew. Hickory dickory dock, tick tock, tick tock.
Goodwill Community Foundation, creating opportunities for a better life.
The dog barked at the clock struck three.
Excel is a spreadsheet program that allows you to store, organize, and analyze information. You can use it to create contact lists, budgets, invoices, and just about anything else you can imagine.
The bear sat by
When you open Excel, there's a good chance you'll be taken to the Start screen first. From here, you can access recent workbooks or create something new, either from scratch or from a template. In this example, we'll click Blank Workbook. Next, you might want to take a minute to explore the interface, to make sure you know your way around. Let's begin with the ribbon, which is the collection of tools and features at the top of the screen. The ribbon is divided into tabs like Page Layout, Insert, and Home, so you can easily find what you're looking for. There are also commands on each tab that have been organized into groups. For example, if you look closely at the font group, you'll find it has everything you need to work with text, including options like bold, italics, font color, and size. Some groups even have an arrow in the bottom right corner that you can click to view even more commands. If you ever feel like the ribbon is taking up too much space, you can always hide it or minimize it. All you have to do is click the arrow in the upper right corner. Then choose the option you want. Also in the upper right corner is a place where you can access your Microsoft account. Here you can update your photo, manage your account settings, or switch to a different account altogether. You can even customize your copy of Excel to make certain commands more convenient. Take the Quick Access toolbar in the upper left corner. This area gives you access to frequently used commands like save and undo, no matter where you are on the ribbon. To add more commands, just click the tiny arrow next to the toolbar. Then choose the ones you want. I'm going to add New, and also Quick Print because I use both of these commands pretty frequently. In Excel 2016, you'll also find a new feature called Tell Me. It works like a search bar to help you quickly find tools or commands you want to use. Just type in what you want to do in your own words. The results will give you a few options and then guide you through the process, as well as offering additional resources. Now let's take a look at the workbook itself, which is also sometimes referred to as a worksheet or a spreadsheet. In this example, I've opened an order list that I'm working on. Every worksheet contains cells, columns, and rows for entering data, plus the formula bar for working with your data. If you need to scroll up or down, or even side to side, you can use the scroll bars here and here. In the bottom right corner, you'll find several tools that will help you change the way your worksheet is displayed. To zoom in or out, click and drag the zoom control. The number next to the slider will tell you what the zoom percentage is. You can also switch between different worksheet views using the three commands here. Normal is selected by default. This mode is great for everyday tasks like entering and editing data. Page layout shows you what the worksheet will look like on the printed page. You can also add headers and footers here. Page break preview makes it easy to change the location of page breaks in your workbook. This can be especially useful if you're printing lots of data. Last but not least, let's take a quick tour of the Backstage view. You can get here by clicking the File tab. Just look for it on the far left of the ribbon. Here, you can access all kinds of information related to your current workbook and more. This includes commands like New, Open, Save, and Print. All you have to do is click an item, and it will open in the right pane. This makes it easy to find what you're looking for and review your options all in one place. That covers the basics of Excel 2016. Now that you're more comfortable with the interface, including the Backstage view, the ribbon, and the work area, you're ready to start your first worksheet.
Welcome to Excel with Mark, and today we're going to be looking at what we call operators within Excel. So we have addition, subtraction, division and multiplication, which we use within different sums to get different answers. So we have addition, subtraction, division and multiplication. To use these within any sum, what we do is we need to click into a box and press the equals with a sum function. We can then do an open bracket like so, and then we can click or type a number. So if we were to refer to a cell, we could click onto the cell, or for now, just for ease, we'll type in a number. Pressing the 4, and then to bring up the plus or the addition symbol, we can press the shift, and then if you look where the backspace is, you're looking for the key that's just to the left of that, with the plus. Again, we can type in a number with a closed bracket, and we can see that we have that there. So we have the 4 plus 4, which gives us the 8. Using the same sum again, we can do the subtraction. So we have the 4, and then again next to the plus you have the minus. This time you don't have to press the shift though, just press that little line and that will give you the subtraction sign, and then 4 again. Working on the division now, we have the sum, and again we can do the 4 and then the forward slash. So for the forward slash we can have this, if you look towards where your right shift key is, to the left of that, the same key that has the question mark on, that should be your division. Pressing the 4, close brackets, to give us the 1, and then for the last one then the multiplication. Again we have to hold shift for this one, so we're going to hold shift and it should be the number 8 that you press to give you that multiplication. Times that by 4, close brackets gives us 16. And we can see if we open up all the different formulas at that point that we have all the different operators and how they all work all there. So we have the plus, the minus, the division and the multiplication, all there giving us all the different answers that we need. Hope that helps. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you again soon.
In this video, I want to show you how to add borders in Microsoft Excel, including how to draw borders. And there really are some great features when it comes to borders. Let's take a look. So here I have a spreadsheet from a small business that sells different kinds of music. And let's say I want to highlight the amount of sales from each of these 4 music genres. I'd like to add a border to help point out this information. So there's a few different ways to do this. I could simply click and drag to highlight the area that I'd like to add borders to, and then I could go here to the Home tab in the font group. Here is the border button, and there's a drop-down arrow that lets me select from different common options. One of the most common is to select all borders. Now that I've done that, if I click away, you can see what it's done. All of the borders within the range that I had selected are now darker. So that was pretty simple. If I want to, I can select the same range again and go back to the borders button just to the right of the main button, and I could try some of these other options. How about thick outside borders? When I select that, you can see the effect that I get. The outside border is thicker, more bold than the other borders. In addition to these great features that we have, these are some of the most commonly used border patterns. We do have an option down here toward the bottom, and you may need to scroll down all the way down where it says More Borders. If you click that, it gives you a pop-up box that you can use to select just about every aspect of the borders for the selected area. So I could choose a different line style, maybe a dashed line or a dotted line. I could even play with the colors a little bit if I would like. Here in the presets area, I could indicate that I only want these changes that I'm going to make to be applied to the outline of the range. Not every border, but just the outline. You can see what it did. This gives me a preview of what it's going to look like based on the selections I'm making. If I click None, it removes the selections that I had, or I could just say I want the inside borders to have these border styles. These buttons here allow me to add in a top border, a middle border if I want, a bottom border. You can put diagonal lines as well through the cells if you want. We have a left border, there's the center vertical border, and the right border. And there we have another diagonal line. So using this pop-up box, we can customize the borders exactly how we want them to be in our spreadsheet. For this example, I want to go with the color of dark blue and this style here. I'll click OK, and my range now has the borders that I set up. Now there is another way to add borders, and it's a lot of fun. It's called Draw Borders. Without selecting anything specific, all I have to do is go up here to this More Borders button and click, and then I can go down here to Draw Border, and now I can simply click and drag to draw a border onto my spreadsheet. And I can extend that anywhere I want. I can put a border here if I want, one there. I can be as specific and detailed as I want with these borders. Now, what if you have a lot of cells in a range, like I do here, and you don't want to have to specifically draw every border edge with the mouse? And by the way, you can simply click instead of clicking and dragging. But if you don't want to have to do that, what you can do is go up here and click on this button and select Draw Border Grid. So at this point, when I click and drag, I'm selecting a grid, and everything within that grid or range that I select will have the border. So that's a faster way in many cases to do what I want to do. Now you'll notice that these borders that I added later don't have the same style or look as the rest of my borders. If I want to change that, I can go here, go down to the line color option, and select a different line color. I can also select a different line style, and now when I click and drag, the border style looks the same. Now it's important that you also know about this option, Erase Border. This is a great option. In many cases, you'll need to do this in order to make the data and the borders look the way you want them to look. When you're done using the Erase Borders button, just tap Escape on the keyboard, and now you're back to your regular mouse pointer. That also works when you are drawing borders. If you want to get out of the Drawing Borders option, just tap Escape and you're back. Now what if you end up regretting some of the borders that you've put in and you don't want to have to erase them one by one? You can select a range and go up here to this button and then just choose No Border, and it takes off all of the borders that are selected. And now I can use Erase Border to get rid of these last two. So I hope that you have success using borders in your Excel spreadsheets. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this tutorial to be helpful. If you did, please like, follow, and subscribe. And when you do, click the bell so you'll be notified when I post another video. If you'd like to support my channel, consider clicking the Thanks button below the video, or you can support me through my Patreon account or by buying channel merch, and you'll see information about those options in the description below the video.
Goodwill Community Foundation, creating opportunities for a better life.
Tables are a great way to add more advanced formatting to your worksheets, like banded rows, preset color schemes, and other design elements that can save you tons of time. Let's take a look. To create a table, all you have to do is select the cells you want to include, then click the Format as Table command on the Home tab. Here you'll find several different styles to choose from. Just pick whichever one appeals to you the most. You can always choose a different table style later. If you want your table to have special formatting in the header row, make sure you leave this box checked. You can also change the selection if you need to. When you're ready, click OK. And now we have a table. Notice that every table includes filtering by default, which will let you sort your data or narrow it down depending on what you need. You can apply filtering anytime using the drop-down arrows here. If you need to fit more content into your table, not to worry. Excel gives you two ways to add more columns or rows in the same style as the rest of the table. Just enter your data in any adjacent column or row, and it'll be roped into the table automatically. You can also click, hold, and drag the bottom right corner to create any size table you need. This is looking pretty good. I think I'm ready to try some different formatting options now. For that, you'll find everything you need on the Design tab, which appears anytime you have your table selected. Remember how I said you could change your table style once you added one to your worksheet? You can do that here using the options in the Table Styles group. And this time you get a preview. This is one of the benefits of using tables in Excel. They make it easy to change the look and feel of your worksheet, and it's a lot faster than formatting the cells yourself. Why don't we go with this one? Next to the table styles, Excel gives you a few more options for customizing your table. For example, you could add special formatting to the last column to make it stand out, or you could add a total row. These will all look slightly different depending on the table style you've chosen, so you might need to experiment to get the look you want. If you change your mind, you can always remove the table from your workbook without losing any of your data. Just be aware that this can cause issues with cell formatting, so it should only be done if you truly intend to start over. All you have to do is make sure your table is selected, then click Convert to Range on the Design tab. Next, click Yes to confirm, and the range will no longer be a table. The Design tab has disappeared, but you can still adjust the formatting manually using the options on the Home tab. You can even use the Clear command to restart your formatting from scratch. Now you know how to add and remove tables in Excel.
Hi, good morning. Ako pala si Kuya Toy and I'm here to assist you or teach you how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Okay, nakikita niyo po dito sa table na to, nandito si John, si Pedro, si Michael, si James, si Matthew, at si David. So, titingnan natin, daily meron silang productivity. Bawat isa. Si John, nung Monday, ay meron siyang 20, Tuesday 15, Wednesday 10, Thursday 18, Friday 17. While Pedro has 30, Monday, Tuesday 18, Wednesday 19, and so forth. Okay, tingnan nyo, ang question natin dito ay paano natin makukuha yung total ni John na hindi natin iisa-isahin. Okay. Simple lang yan. Ang gagawin mo lang, punta ka lang dito, i-insert mo lang yung function niya, and then, i-click mo tong sum. And then, okay. Pag na-okay mo na siya, may lalabas na dito. Okay? Pag dalawa lang, pwedeng gamitin mo tong dalawa, pero kung ako sa'yo, wag mo nang gamitin to lahat. Ang gamitin mo lang eto. I-click mo siya, left click, and then i-drag mo lahat ng gusto mong i-add. Okay. Pag nakita mo na lahat ay selected na, i-enter mo na siya. Tapos i-okay mo. 80. Gawin ulit natin siya dito. I-insert mo yung function, sum, i-okay mo siya, tapos i-click mo to left, and then, highlight mo to lahat. Okay? Enter. Ulitin natin sa pangatlo. Equals. Pwedeng ganon. Equals na lang. Sum. Lagyan mo ng parentheses. Pareho lang yan. O, ganito yung gagawin mo. Equals. Okay. Click mo ulit ito. Tapos highlight mo yan. Enter. Okay. So, para hindi mo ulit-ulitan, pwede mo rin siyang i-drag. Hintayin mo na i-click mo yung left, nakikita mo nagbabago, diba? Ayan o. Indication yon na kinokopya niya yung formula. Ayan. Ayan o. So, okay na. Ganun lang kabilis. So, paano mo gagawin to? Dito. Ano? Tama. Pupunta ka dito, function X. i-insert mo yung function, and then, i-click mo yung sum, and then, okay mo, i-click mo ulit ito, and then, i-drag mo na lahat. Enter. Okay. Tingnan mo, hintayin mo na maging cross to, na maliit, na dark, and i-drag mo siya papunta ron. Automatic, magbabago na siya. Good? Ganun lang kadali mag-add. Okay. So, paano naman gagawin natin ang subtraction? Baba tayo. Okay, sa subtraction, meron na akong ready na table. Ito ang gagamitin natin sa pag-subtract, which is the difference. Okay, so si John, sa week 1 may 80 siya, sa week 2 may 75 na product. Si Pedro, 96 nung week 1 at 90 nung week 2. Okay, so kung makikita nyo, nandito yung mga data nila. So ang gagawin lang natin, i-check na lang natin yung difference. Paano natin gagawin yun? Equals, click, lagyan mo ng minus sign, tapos i-click mo ulit kung saan mo siya i-minus. Saan mo siya? 5. Tama ba? 80 minus 10 is 5. Gawin mo ulit. Equals, i-click mo yung first kung saan mo siya i-subtract. Minus mo yung minus, enter. Okay. So, i-drag mo siya pababa. So, bale, nakikita mo, nag-decrease siya ng 5, ng week 2, nag-decrease siya ng 6, ng 11, ng 17, ng 26, ng 2. Ganun lang kadali mag-subtract using Excel. Okay? We're good? Okay, punta naman tayo sa multiplication. So, sa multiplication, gagawin mo lang sa kanya is equals, and then, i-click mo to, times 1. 20. Ulitin natin, equals, i-click mo to, hanapin mo yung asterisk, and then 1. So, yan yung mga target niya every week. Okay. So, week 2 naman. Siyempre, 2 naman yung ilalagay natin. So, equals, i-click mo to, lagyan mo ng asterisk sign, which signifies na i-multiply mo siya. Sinasabi mo sa Excel na i-multiply mo siya. Siyempre, enter mo yung 2 kasi week 2 na siya. So, dapat sa second week, ang target na nila, ang total na productivity na nila is ganito. Okay? Sa week 3, equals, i-click mo siya, and then, asterisk, and then, 3. Ayan, 3. Ayan. And then, i-drag mo siya ulit. Ayan, sa week 4, equals, ayan, click mo ulit siya kung saan mo siya i-multiply, tapos times 4. So, bale, eto na yung pinaka-total niya na week 4. Dapat sa week 4, sinadyan ay meron ng total productivity na ganito. Okay? So, madali lang ba yung multiplication? Do you have any other question? Wala naman, di ba? So, bale, week 1, sana si John merong ganitong nakuha. Week 2, ganito. Week 3, lahat na to. Week 4, ito na yung total number na. So, bale, ina-add lang natin 20, 20, 20. Okay? So, division. Paano naman tayo mag-divide? Using Excel. Parang ganun din. Kung ang ginawa natin kanina ay asterisk, we're going to use slash. Okay. So, ang gagawin natin equals 2,000 slash / yan ha. I-click mo yung kung saan mo siya i-divide. And ang gagawin natin, i-drag natin to kasi naka-formula. Actually, input ko siya. So, gagawin natin, ulitin natin. Don't be confused. Equals numerator, tapos yung denominator. Enter. Drag mo siya. Ayun na yun. So, bale, ito yung average daily income kasi si John, 4 days lang nag-work. Si Pedro, 5 days nag-work. Si Michael, 2 days nag-work. Si James, 4 days nag-work. While the 2 others, 2 days lang sila nag-work. So, ganun lang po. Forex at yahoo.com. Thank you.